Hi there, my name is Bharath Sundaram. I am an Associate Professor of Environment Studies at Krea University in the School of Interwoven Arts and Sciences. I am an ecologist by training with research interests and teaching interests that lie at the interface between society and ecology. At Krea, I teach a variety of courses. I teach a course called Tools and Methods in Environment Studies, another called Political Ecology of Biodiversity Conservation, another called Engaging with the Environment, which I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more in detail today. So the course on Engaging with the Environment is meant to introduce every undergraduate student in Krea, irrespective of which major or minor that they choose to be engaged with environmental concerns that affect all of humanity. By that I mean that there are a variety of reasons that underlie our existing engagement with the environment. So, for example, in one of the first few classes of the course itself, one common polling question that I ask all questions is how important are environmental concerns to you, not just in your day-to-day life, but also in your plan for the future. You would be surprised to how the students respond to such a question. Sometimes a large majority of students are largely either indifferent or unconcerned with the environment. And there are a set of very clear reasons why society is structured to create such a response. So the ultimate objective is this course is to very strongly imply that environmental concerns basically underpin every single aspect of our social and economic lives on this planet, and to provide an enabling environment for students to also engage with this line of thinking. That is really the overall idea of the course. So the way we have structured the Engaging with the Environment course is to introduce various aspects of environmental thinking to our students. For example, the first 2 or 3 weeks has to do with something called scaffolding and dimensions, which is to talk about various fundamental underpinnings of the environment. The second module of the course has to do with something called tensions and fault lines, because every citizen of the planet today realizes that all is not well, and some very, very immediate tensions pop out. And this part of the course is to help students and enable them to relate to the current tensions and fault lines that we are seeing not just in India, but also in various parts of the world. The next aspect of the course is to talk about the cultural dimensions of our environmental crisis. So while there is no doubt that we are in the midst of an environmental crisis, it's very interesting to use the cultural dimensions of this crisis. By cultural dimensions, I mean to talk about how people have viewed the environment in art, in literature, in movies, in popular media, in social media, and so on, to think about how this particular environmental crisis is represented differently from different points of view. Second, lastly, we're talking about the political and historical dimensions of the crisis itself. It's very important to know how we got to this point, and the possibility of having alternative trajectory via alternative forms of development also has to be explored. Lastly, we don't run away from the fact that the economic world influences the environmental world to a large extent on this planet. And the last module of this course is to basically think about what forms of economic thinking and what forms of environmental thinking are likely to be of more value in the future. As far as the actual format of the course is concerned, again, it's quite interesting in the way we pull off this course in the classroom. It's not just a bunch of classroom lectures that we do with readings in the conventional style. The conventional style works very well for some courses, but the people who designed this course thought that a conventional style may not be enough, especially given the diversity of the Krea student body. Therefore, what we have done as a bit of an innovation in this course is to include debates as a part of of the classroom engagement plan right from the beginning. So what students do is to decide on topics that are of pressing concern and convert them into debate topics. So overall, if I were to summarize, I would say that engaging with the environment is a course that is intended to display just how important the environment and environmental thinking is to any young person today, irrespective of what they study and irrespective of what vocation they choose in their life.